Up, everyone? All right, so for today, we're going to start with AU for our daily outlook. All right, so on AU, I'm just going to jump out to the daily for a sec. We have broken that weekly high that we've been looking at, been broken for ages now. We've been sitting inside that point, which makes sense given it's a daily area. But we have finally pushed through that. So, of course, the market makes a lot of sense to sell now that we've had a weekly inducement. But just want to be a bit mindful of the fact that it obviously doesn't have to turn around straight away. We have formed some retests here of a 15-minute external break, and you could call it retest of the weekly, but it's not really. Like, it needs to form way bigger structure than that to be a retest of the weekly, but we can understand it's at least a retest of the 15-minute external break that we've got here. I'd like to sell it. The only thing we've obviously got to be cautious of is just how bullish we are. Now, internally, we do have some not too bad structure forming. We've had break and retest, mitigation, little inducement, break, and we're starting to form some bearish structure this year. We have now had that second break as well, which is great. I'd like to sell it inside this range where it is right now, but just don't have really any structure. We'll see what it does if it wants to come up a little bit further, but it has already confirmed this area as a smart money trap. Now, I have split this into two smart money trap areas because of the fact that this area here is a little bit of internal retest of that point. So I just want to confirm this bottom area. Even if we get something like push, sweep of retest, and then get something inside of even potentially like this, I'll be happy to take that, target that, and obviously all that imbalance and further retracement. So we'll see which way it wants to go first. If it wants to come up inside this leg, either way, I'm not too phased. But I am going to be looking to sell it. I'm not interested in buying it until we at least come down somewhere down here. To be fair, honestly, I'd like to see it come much deeper. Like, we haven't really had an inducement inside of this leg, so I'd like to see it come much, much lower first. So we'll see what that wants to do. It looks like it's going to get to that. Yeah, it's pushed through that area now. So that's fine. Going to get to that bottom point. Yep, there we go. We'll see what it does from there. So alerts are set. See what it does. Cool. Now, EU, I also want to sell it. Obviously, we've broken that 15-minute external range there. We've now retested, taken the retest. However, we retested this area, which confirms more or less break of structure rather than retest inducement. This here is a really good inducement as it's more so like a decisional area. However, I'm also have like that as my actual decisional. So I've got that there, so that's great. Fair chance though that we may actually come down further and set this up as like a big retest point. So that's fine. But yeah, we also can obviously push up like this, working with that, retest, generation, liquidity, all that fun stuff. But nonetheless, looking to sell it. So for sells, break, retest, it's high outside of Asia, which has been induced. We then also double induced this point here, which is great. And that's obviously a very clear inducement, obviously news, but very clear inducement. Very, very average structure here though, because of that news release. So forming some retest here. If we can come down, mitigate this, pull up, induce that, I'll be then looking for sells up inside of here. So just got to wait for that to shape up, but it's starting to actually form quite nice structure. So that's looking good. This is going to be more or less like the main focus, as the structure on EU is the best today. AU is a bit sketchy just because of the fact that, yeah, we obviously had a weekly high. Cool. GU, more or less my least favorite. What is my least favorite? This break here wasn't retested. Fast retracement into an area that didn't sweep liquidity. Coming out of a very good decisional, so it makes sense to have a bit of a sell-off, at least to come into this area. We did retest that break here, which is great. So sells on it makes sense just because of this structure though that we've got inside of here. I'm not interested in trying to sell it, so I won't be having my focus on GU at all really for today. We do also have CPI later tonight in New York. It shouldn't affect London too much, but yeah, we'll obviously not be holding anything too late. So see what this wants to do. Keep an eye on AU and EU, and yeah, we'll go from there, guys, and see what opportunities I'm gonna present. This is just gonna fucking melt, isn't it? It's come very deep into that leg. All right. See what it wants to do. Sweet guys. Speak to you.